Hello student, let us continue with the next topic from your third lesson, which is impressive web designing. Already in our previous session we have completed what this working of web, especially what is a web, then what are the different components of web. Now today in this session let us start with the introduction to HTML. So my dear student, in this chapter the main components of this chapter, the main topic in this chapter is what HTML. So with the help of HTML now we are going to learn how to create a website. So basically what is HTML? HTML is a standard language for developing and creating interactive websites, okay, as we are discussed. Introduced by Tim Berners-Lee. HTML documents are created in any text editor for and can be run or executed on any computer that has a web browser. So my dear student, basically HTML is used to create a website, or before creating website different web pages we have to create. So with the help of HTML we can create web pages, and then after linking those web pages one can create a website. To start or to work with the HTML we need a text editor or a code editor where we are going to write our program codes, okay. So one text editor you need. So from your computer you can use a Notepad or Notepad++ to write a program, or which is called as a text editor or code editor. And after writing a program, just save that file, and then you need a web browser to execute or run your web page, okay. So while working with HTML only two things you need: a text editor or a code editor or a program editor or and a web browser to execute your program. HTML is compatible with most of the web browser. See my dear student, is a very big advantage of this HTML, because when you just create a web page you can run that web page in any browser, okay. So that's why it's given as a HTML is compatible with the most of the web browser. So let us see what is the basic structure of a web HTML file. So whenever we are creating a website, or so you have to just consider the basic structure of first, okay. That means you have to follow this basic structure while creating any of the HTML file. See, while you are working with HTML you will have a tags. Now what are tags? Okay, so HTML tags are nothing but a commands, okay. So HTML tags are keywords enclosed within the angular bracket, okay, that defines how your web browser must format and display the content. My dear students, when we are going to work with the HTML, and the working of HTML and the use of HTML is what? Creating a website, okay. So while creating a website you need to work with so many tags. So ये tags क्या होता है? ये tags होते हैं commands और keywords जिसको use करके we are going to work with our or write our HTML file, okay. So this tags is basically important here, because when we are just thinking to create a website, the main part of any website is what? A formatting, okay, how you display the content of that website with different formatting. So whenever some content you want to add with some formatting, you need to work with so many tags, okay. So here tags are very important, which are used to write programs, okay. Tags are not case sensitive. What I have given, while writing those tags, case sensitivity, either you can write in capital or either you can write in small, doesn't matter. So that's why it's given as a tags are not case sensitive. Every HTML page is enclosed within the two tags. My dear student, very important part. See, what are tags? Tags, as I told you, it's a command or keywords. So very first tag from your HTML is what? HTML, enclosed in a angular bracket, and the same you have to just close in a with a closing tag. So whenever I am just thinking to write any HTML file, then my file should start with HTML tag, and then after writing all other things, my file should close with HTML tag. So everything means whatever you want to add inside this, that content must be inside this HTML starting tag and HTML closing tag. So basically when we are starting with any HTML file, then very first tag should be HTML in the angular bracket, and at the last you have to close this tag. So this is called as a beginning tag, and then this is what a closing tag. Okay, so let us see what is the actually basic structure of any HTML file which we are to follow while writing any of the program. Look at over here. Okay, now suppose as we know कि program, see अभी हम program लिखना start करेंगे, and when we are thinking about a program, so the definition of program is what? Step by step instructions given to the computer. Okay, so here those steps are very important. So some basic structure is given, and that structure you have to follow always while writing HTML file. It's very very important, my dear students. See what is the structure. As I told you कि to type this thing you need a text editor. तो हम क्या यूज़ करेंगे? either Notepad or Notepad++, whatever you have in your computer. Okay, so here after opening that text editor or code editor, very first tag I will going to add as a HTML. Okay, always without space, without extra space in between. Start with the angular bracket, add HTML, close with the angular bracket. Okay, then that means you are writing a web page. Okay, you are going to create a web page. Then next part is your header part. See my dear students, in every website there are two parts. First is the header part and second is the body part. Header part means what? Here the header part, so many commands we can use, tags we are using, but at this moment only one tag you have to remember, which is a title tag. So in a header part, here it is given as a title. So this title is nothing but the title of your web page. So this title you will get after the execution, after the running this particular web page, you will get this title at the title bar of your website. Okay, so this header part, how to manage? Start with the head, add title, add some suitable title, close with the title. See here you have to remember the how to add a closing tag. Same tag, but at the beginning you have to add a slash. So that is what a closing tag. Okay, so here after adding title, close title, then close head. So this what the part, your header part. तो header part यहाँ पे complete हुआ. Now next is a body tag, body section. Okay, document body. Document body in sense what? कि what type of information you want to display on the browser, that all information, all data must be there inside this body tag. तो जो आप इसके अंदर लिखोगे वो डिस्प्ले होगा आपके ब्राउज़र स्क्रीन के ऊपर. सो स्टार्ट विद द बॉडी, add your contents, close body and close HTML. So this is what the basic structure of HTML file. ये स्ट्रक्चर ही फॉलो करना है आपको while writing any program in HTML. Okay, तो यहाँ पे always your file should start with HTML, at the last it should close with the HTML. First part is header part and second part is body part. Under the header part only title tag we are going to use at this moment. So you have to remember this title tag. This title कहाँ पे आएगा? वेबसाइट के टाइटल बार के अंदर. And then body section के अंदर whatever you write, it will display. It is the content of your website. Actually, it will display you on the browser. So body tag also should be complete at the last. Is close, and then HTML should be close. After this we'll see those steps, how to use actually your notepad and how to open in a browser later on. Before that we'll just we must know what an attribute. Okay, as I told you in HTML there are so many tags. Okay, basic tags so हमने देखे. Okay, apart of that so many other tags are also there, and with those tags something called as attributes we are going to use. Okay, so what are attributes? An attribute defines a property for an element or tag. Okay, अब ये attribute क्या होता है? So it's a extra property. Okay, so we'll see the meaning with example also. But here an attribute is nothing but a property which you are adding, means extra property, or so many attributes were there. You can use those attributes with tags to give the more property to that tag. Okay, consist of an attribute or value appears within the element start tag. So whenever I am thinking to use the attributes, it must use with the starting tag, not a closing tag. We'll see the example, so it will be more clear to you. Okay, so here again we'll just start with our basic tags: HTML, head, title. My first page is my title. I am closing with this title. So here you can see कि these all are called as a tags. Okay, यहाँ पे मैं always बोलूँगी tag. तो tags are nothing but these keywords जो आपने अभी लिखे हैं to form your HTML page. Okay, now your closing head, look at here. Okay, here what you are writing, body tag. Then with body tag you are writing BG color. Okay, this BG color is nothing but an attribute. ओके ये प्रॉपर्टी है. ये प्रॉपर्टी क्या करता है? दिस प्रॉपर्टी गिव यू द बैकग्राउंड कलर फॉर योर वेब पेज. ओके, सो द एट्रीब्यूट इज इन दिस वे ओनली, तो यू आर टू यूज इन दिस वे ओनली, BG color, and just remember the spelling of color, it should be this only. So BG color stands for a background color which is an attribute, and then that BG color is an attribute. You have to mention the value for that attribute with the equal to symbol, and then whatever color you want at the background, just add that color, so which is called as a value of that attribute. Okay, so this way so many attributes were there with every tag, but here I am giving you the one example, okay, how to use a attribute and then how to add a value to that attribute. So this is what tag attribute is equal to symbol is compulsory and the value of that attribute. Okay, then you are just displaying, and this is my first web page. So after saving and opening this web page on the browser, you will get green color at the background. Okay, we'll see that example later on. Before that, we'll complete this classification of HTML tag. Now as I told you, while working with HTML there are so many different tags we have to learn. Okay, those all tags are classified into two categories. Okay, first is container tag and second is empty tag. Okay, container tags are nothing but a pair tag, and empty tag are nothing but a singular tag. Okay, we'll see in details. Container tag. Container tags are also called as a pair tag. Pair tag का meaning क्या होता है? Starting tag, closing tag. Container tags have a beginning tag and an end tag. The end tag is similar to the beginning tag but with a slash in front of it. So here already we know the basic structure of HTML, so it's very important that when you start with the head, you should close that head. This is called a pair tag or container tag. Again, body tag is again a pair tag or container tag because you have to start with the body and at the last you have to close. So this is what the container tag. Now empty tag. Empty tag are a standalone tag. Standalone tag means what? Singular tag. Okay, यहाँ पे उसका closing tag नहीं होगा and do not have an end tag. BR, for example, this tag is there. We'll see okay, what is the meaning of this tag in the later session. But BR tag is something called as a to add a line break. So this BR tag is a singular tag. While using in our HTML program, no need to close this tag, right? Is an example of singular tag or empty tag. तो आपको ये दोनों वर्ड याद रखने हैं. फर्स्ट इज अ कंटेनर टैग एंड सेकंड इज अ एम्प्टी टैग. कंटेनर टैग मीन्स व्हाट? अ पेयर टैग जिसका ओपनिंग भी होता है, क्लोजिंग टैग भी होता है. और एम्प्टी टैग का मीनिंग क्या है? सिंगुलर टैग जिसमें क्लोजिंग टैग नहीं होता है. ओके, सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस. नाउ already we have discussed about the basic structure of HTML, but why HTML and why head, what is the purpose of those tags, we'll just revise but basic tags के अंदर when we are just saying कि basic structure tags, so you must know कि HTML is there, head is there, title, body, and these are the basic tags. Okay, basic structure tags of HTML. So why we are using this first HTML tag, which is again a container tag. This tag indicates that the document is an HTML file. So as I told you, my dear students, every HTML file must start with the very first tag, which is HTML. Okay, now next part is that depends on the version which we are using. In our syllabus we are using HTML5, so your very first line should be something different. We'll see that later on. But before this HTML5 से पहले जो इतने भी versions थे, so it's a rule कि every HTML file must start with the HTML tag and at the last must close with the HTML. So this indicates it's a web page. Okay, that's why. Next is, so from the basic structure tag, next tag is head tag. Okay, it includes title within it. Okay, so to manage the header part of your website, head tag is used. Okay, so under the head tag you are going to use title tag. ये title tag head tag के ही अंदर आएगा, इसको बाहर लिख के चलेगा नहीं. So that's why keep in mind, while using title tag, that title tag must be inside the header tag. The text within the head is not displayed on the web page. Keep this thing in mind. It is very very important for you, dear student. Whatever you type inside the header tag, okay, head tag, you won't get on the web browser. Okay, so it's not displayed on the web browser or web page. आपके वेब पेज के ऊपर वो डिस्प्ले नहीं होगा. It is used for search engine optimization. So that information is used by the search engines. And what are search engines? You know, okay, whenever you just use Google or Yahoo or some else search engines to search an information, that time that information, whatever you are giving inside this, that is used. Okay, so it's very important to use a head tag and title tag while creating any website. Now under head tag you have to use a title tag, which is again a basic tag from your basic structure. The content within this tag is displayed on the title bar. अब ये title bar कहाँ होता है? We'll see while practicals. Okay, जब I will show you the demo of the program. So whatever you add a title, suitable title, that title shows you on the title bar. Okay, next body tag. So there are 4 basic tags. आपको याद रखना है कि basic structure के tag कितने हैं? So 4. Okay, and the order also you have to remember. This tag includes all content which is to be deployed in the web browser. That means if I want to display whatever information on the web browser, that must be inside the body tag. So to develop your website or a web browser will display the information inside this body tag. Okay, most of the tags are included in this tag. So here in this body tag we are going to use so many other tags, formatting tags and all, image tags, audio tag, video tag, so many things we are going to use to while just formatting our information from our website. So everything what you want to display on the browser, that must be there inside this body tag. So my dear student, in this session this thing is clear to you. Okay, what are the basic structure of HTML, what are the basic tags of HTML, and what are the importance of these HTML tags, and what is the specially basic structure which we are going to follow while working with this HTML tags. The next session we will just take the example and how to save the file, how to create a file, and how to open that file or execute that file on the browser.